And going live, and it says that we are in fact live. And let's get a word. We got new equipment here, and we did some experimenting yesterday, but let's see how things turn out. Before before we get drawing the prizes.
Right. Testing. 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound fine. Let's see.
How do you sound though? That's the $1,000,000 question.
1 second. Not that far along yet. Oh, I'm not too bad. Not bad.
Okay, I kind of heard you a little bit. I'm gonna turn you down just a wee bit. Go ahead and say something else now, so we can test it on this. Now that it's down.
Okie dokie.
Okay, say
La la
something.
la 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 la.
Say something
This
again.
thing is on a bit of a delay. I'm a saying stuff. It's on a bit of a delay here.
If we have the entire chat say, "Oh God, he's too loud," then we'll have to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hold on. Just a second.
Amateur hour here at the Athletic Geek HQ. Isn't that every week though? I mean, honestly, really, isn't that every week?
I sound pretty quiet on here
How quiet?
on the laptop. I think I sounded fine to start with, and then I sound a bit too quiet almost now after you turned me down or whatever.
Okay, try it now. I turned you up a little bit more.
Okay. This thing's on like a 30-second delay here, so
Yeah, that's what we said when we tested. Just I had to adjust the audio levels for the recording the podcast earlier today. Behind the scenes, folks.
right?
Your right was, I know was captured on the new volume level. So tell me how right sounded, and we'll be fine, or we'll adjust to that. I
It's not too bad. I could talk a little louder. I think it'll be all right.
Okay. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. I am the Athletic Geek, and with new equipment, I'm being joined by my normal co-host, who is continuing social distancing right now, Jedi Jason Kruger, and boy, oh boy, do we have a lot to talk
Hey,
about.
everybody.
Do we have a lot to talk about today? So if you've never seen this show before, this is the Just Two Marks Wrestling Recap Show. Jedi and I have been watching wrestling together for over 15 years. We love wrestling. We love sharing our love of wrestling with all of you out there. However, just like all of you out there, we're not insiders. We're not professional wrestlers. At the end of the day, we're fans just like all of you. We avoid insider terms. Because we don't really have the right to use that. Because at the end of the day, we're not insiders, we're not wrestlers. We are just two marks. But
Yeah.
first and foremost, well, maybe we'll talk a little bit and we'll wait for some people to come in first before we draw the prizes. Um, it's we had a Money in the Bank giveaway. We have a tie for
Yeah.
first, and we have a number three. But It just is what it is. So thank you everybody for participating. The next one is going to be a whole lot bigger and better, and we'll let you know what prizes that's going to entail on next week's show. So, Jedi, you want to
Yeah.
start? You want to start with Raw?
Well, what you want to start with the pay-per-view first,
Well, we'll start with the pay per view.
or at
Yeah,
least just just uh just a brief touch on it. I mean, it was pretty by the numbers. I will say, I think Seth and Drew would have been great with the crowd.
absolutely
It
would have.
still wasn't bad. It still wasn't bad. It would have been even better. I mean,
Right.
they did a pretty good job. Uh, Everything else was pretty by the numbers. And then I don't even know what to say about that ladder match thing.
Well, now see, I have two minds about that. I really do. On one hand, I mean AJ Styles was just kind of like right there.
Right?
AJ Styles right there. You could have done that. However, for better or worse, Otis is over, and
Yeah.
for it would be very hypocritical of me. Scroll down here. Excuse me one more second. It'd be very hypocritical of me to um, who has complained since pretty much I started this show that WWE doesn't um, they don't use who's popular, they don't use what the people want to see. It'd be very hypocritical of me now that someone is getting popular, is, for better or worse, he's the fans like him and the fans want to see more of him. It'd be bad. It would fly in the face of everything I've been preaching about with on the anti-Roman Reigns banner. If I were to complain about this, does that make sense?
Right. Yeah, it does. It does. It totally does.
Right.
It'll be interesting to see where they go with that. Uh, on the flip side, Asuka won the Money in the Bank for the women.
The Money in the Bank. Yes, yes,
That,
she did.
that's a that's a good
That
segue
is
into
a
what happened on Raw.
segue. So it was announced that women's champion Becky Lynch is pregnant, and
Mm-hmm.
I guess they just don't make condoms small enough for Seth Rollins, so Becky got pregnant.
Oh snap!
Oh snap, yo. Okay.
So Asuka is the new Raw Women's Champion.
Okay. Okay, I'm being told right now that they can barely hear me, so let me.
Barely hear you. Oh.
Yeah, barely hear me. Oh, can't hear. Okay, so I'm getting some word. Okay, that's just one person. Okay, I was getting some feedback. Hang on, let me. Excuse me.
I'm not even seeing.
This
in the
is
chat, like,
this is on social media.
oh, okay.
Okay, that's just one person. Okay, well, man, I'm hearing myself on my phone, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you can't hear me. I'm sorry. Just bear with us. We're trying new things, trying to make the show better. But in the trying to make the show better, we might end up making it even worse than before.
All right.
So, yeah, Becky
Let's
Lynch is
turn it down
pregnant.
mine now.
Becky Lynch is pregnant, and so it turns out that the Money in the Bank briefcase for Asuka did not contain a contract for a title shot anytime, any place, anywhere. Oh no! It actually contained the title itself because Becky is leaving to go be a pregnant lady. I did see a meme that
Mm-hmm.
was very poignant. It said, Irish man becomes pregnant. People look to the Messiah for answers. So
Nice.
that's that was humorous. Um, and yeah, so I don't know. I mean, if she actually wanted to get pregnant and was kind of seeing this as time to do this before things kind of get how they are, then good for her. Congratulations to her. I honestly, I sincerely, there's a lot of people saying a lot of things about their relationship, and that's not really what we're about on here. But
Uh-huh.
you know, before there was some pretty bad accusations thrown out at both individuals, and if Becky wanted to have the baby and everything was consensual and she wants to be a mom, then let's back out of their personal life. Seth Rollins has, and I'm a Seth Rollins fan, but that's kind of, I gotta wear a paper bag over your head to admit that with the way he's acted the past year. Um,
Right.
but on the flip side of things, if he's, that's his private life, and if everything was cool and that was agreed upon by both parties, then everything's fine.
Sounds like it from what I've read, but
Right.
yeah.
So, anyway,
Anyway, yeah, that's one way for a championship run to end.
with via pregnancy. Via pregnancy. So,
Yep.
yes. So, what else happened on Raw, Jedi?
Well, Bobby Lashley's still trying to be all cool and break little people in half because he's probably going to be one of the next contenders for the belt, which is fine by me.
Jedi, is anybody on your end hearing
You know,
you? Excuse me.
as far as I know, we were. Hold on 1 second.
So, what else happened on Raw, Jedi?
Well, Bobby Lashley's still trying to be all.
Yeah, you're a little quieter, but I can hear you. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe other people have a, if this is becoming an issue for other people, hey, what's up, Miss Ace? Thank you for joining us. Um, yeah, this is too an issue for too many people. We'll go back to the old way, but I kind of thought, let's try it and make the quality better. So, um, yeah. So let just continue Raw, and we'll if we hear.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep
Yeah, just keep doing
talking
it
right
until we
here
hear
close to the
anything
phone.
different. Whoop! Spill my water, but not on the books. That's what's important.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. McIntyre and Andrade. Let's see. He beat Andrade, and I guess they're going to have a brand-to-brand challenge next week with King Corbin. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
The Iconics are back, and they're winning.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
they beat the champions.
Yes. Oh, it's something else
I mean,
interesting. But before we forget, Asuka, I believe, is now the first ever women's Grand Slam champion.
yeah, I think yeah. I
NXT,
think you're
SmackDown,
yeah.
Raw women's
Hold
titles, and
on,
the women's tag titles.
hold on. Did Bailey ever have the Raw Women's title?
Oh, she did. Yeah. Yes. So so Asuka's the second. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Good catch there. That's why we have Jedi here. And I was gonna do a
Yeah,
Jedi
they
mind
were
track
making.
Jedi mind trick to make you forget about my fuck up.
Well, I can't take full credit. They were pointing. Corey Graves was pointing it out on commentary during Bailey's match. Like she's a Grand Slam. Like she doesn't get enough credit because she's done all this, and they still act like she's not great. And I
Right.
was like, huh, they have a point. So anyway, yeah, that hopped back in my head when that was said. So, uh, let's see. Ricochet and Cedric are still a tag team. not much to say there. Truth and MVP, I guess, are kind of low key feuding.
Oh! The first Ring of Honor champions there, or Thor's brother, or Thor's brother. That's my pun
Yeah.
for the day.
Let's see. So I guess Seth Rollins has been in a bit of a state of shock because I don't know, maybe things like pregnancy and losing his match and
He's
all
just
that.
going crazy.
Yeah, just going more crazy. So, oh, and good news: Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio are alive.
Are alive. I like how again, like we kind of distanced ourselves from talking too much about the private lives, but AJ just made light of all of this on his Twitter account. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he said, like
Gotcha.
something like, these guys are dead and Baron Corbin's on the run from the law. Or he said, I don't know the exact, I don't have it in front of me, but he just basically kind of broke the fourth wall with the ridiculousness that was that match.
Yeah. I mean,
Yes, she did also have Rumble and Money in the Bank wins, so Bayley's kind of the all-around girl now.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Obi, you're in the drawing. We haven't done the drawing yet, so now that you're here, after we get done with AEW, we'll do the drawing.
Yeah.
Because once again, pulling back the curtain, I missed NXT again this week just because I've got some other. Well, I've got some other projects. As you know, the Geeking Out podcast is launched, and when you're interviewing people, you're kind of on their schedule. So today, when I normally find my time to watch NXT, I spent my time doing interviews today. So just be on the lookout on the channel for that here in the next coming weeks. We still have some other of the current series of that podcast is finishing, so we have some big stuff on the horizon for that. So please, thank you for checking that out.
All right.
Vince might. Miss A says Vince might give up on Austin Theory. Is he going to join when Vince gave up on me team? I certainly hope not, but you never know with Vince. I don't even understand why Ricochet and Cedric were given up on, but when you're not given quality content to work with, and I'm not trying to just shit on the WWE, but when you're not given quality content to work with, I guess just it's the it's a tale of two companies, and this is the WWE mentality is when you've got Vince the genius writing stuff for you, if you cannot get over and make something out of what this genius of a man is giving you, then you're obviously not that good. And people point to look at all the success he's had with people, and look at all the money he makes. He makes more than anybody else. So when you look at things like that, it's a little hard to argue that point. On the flip side of things, when you have various, even in NXT, where you feel like they kind of give the talent more of a fair shake, it kind of. Oh, I think we have a family dilemma. We do have a family dilemma. See what I mean when I say he's got kids at the end of every episode and he don't have time for social media? This is why.
Yeah, right? Yeah. They're supposed to be asleep, but if yeah, one in one hand and anyway. All right.
See, this is exclusive. This is exclusive to the social distancing episodes because we would never have this had he be sitting right beside me. So you're welcome.
That's true.
You're welcome, viewers. Yeah. You're welcome.
I would definitely be freaking out if they got out of bed and came all the way over.
They would have had to drive. It's crazy.
Yeah. So one last nugget on Raw. Does anybody remember that fantastic Edge versus Randy Orton street or
that's very true to both both the chatters that says that Obi and Miss Ace. That is absolutely true in both senses. Yeah, it's yeah.
Yes, yeah, agreed. But Randy Orton and Edge, they're going to go at it again, and this time it's just going to be a regular match.
Dude, what is it with WWE going back? Like, even on NXT, what is it with, like, going backwards? Like,
Right.
look at, and I'm not complaining about this match at all. It was my favorite match of WrestleMania weekend last year, my favorite match I've ever seen in person. But you have a 2 out of 3 falls match with Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole, and then you have a singles match, and then you have a holy shit brawl. Orton and Edge have a holy shit brawl, and now they're just gonna wrestle. What are they gonna have next? An Inferno match?
I mean, sure, why not?
Oh, Ray says audio sounds good, so okay. So the people complaining, I shouldn't say complaining, they were trying to give genuine feedback on social media. Yeah,
I'm a bunch of whiners.
Yeah, I don't mean it. Like, they were actually legitimately trying to help, and I appreciate the help. So yeah, it's like they go in this weird. They're pressing the random button on your match type on one of the WWE video games right now. It seems.
Right. So you said you haven't watched NXT, so I assume you.
I did. I finally got around to. Yeah, no spoilers. I did get around to watching it last week. I really enjoyed it. Again, a lot of it, and it's not their fault, so I'm not going to come down on them for it. A lot of it could have been better had there been a crowd, but that the world doesn't allow for a crowd right now. That's not any of the talent or the company or the writers. That's nobody's fault except for the fact that there's a pandemic. And that's it. So
AEW then?
AEW, and I'm gonna be straight up. AEW was good this week. Don't get me wrong. There's one part that I really you might even. I don't know if you're gonna get to geek rant level, but you're gonna get to me. For the first time ever, I'm gonna really question AEW. So first segment, you have Jake the Snake and what's up?
Oh, I was saying the same thing. Lance Archer and Jake.
Lance Archer and Jake the Snake. Cody for a brawl. I thought this segment was really well done. I like how they seem to be building towards Cody finally getting his hands on Jake. Like, they're gonna make you pay money for that moment.
Yeah.
Or make you pay money to not get that moment. Never know. But yeah, I really enjoyed this segment. Right. Just kind of.
And then you got the first match, Jurassic Express versus the Best Friends.
This was great. I mean, this really shows just how good the tag division is in AEW right now. 2 great tag teams. Just really, really damn fine match. I really enjoyed it. Yeah. It's like I've said in past episodes, when there's a really good match, sometimes there's not a lot you can say about it except for, hey, it's a good match, go check it out. It's really good. If you want to see a good wrestling match, if you want to see a good tag team match, go watch it.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess MJF is picking a fight with Jungle Boy.
He was forced into a match with Jungle Boy last week. Tony Schiavone just told me he's wrestling Jungle Boy, and for the first time, like, I don't think we mentioned this last week. MJF actually seemed pissed, and I don't want to say afraid, but he was like, he was whining and didn't want to wrestle him because he didn't want to possibly. It was kind of just the cowardly heel thing where he didn't completely just become a, pardon the word, a pussy. But he also acted like, I want to do that. What I want to do? Still having that little bit of cowardice. Right. So, it's kind of. A lot of people.
I want to wrestle. I'm not a wrestler.
Yeah. A lot of people. MJF's the best villain in wrestling right now, bar none. But a lot of people kind of criticize, that maybe he doesn't. He's a little too dominant to back everything up, and. This kind of was a nice little shred of that normal villain cowardice that's nice, where it didn't completely destroy his character, but it was also still something that you need in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Tyson gonna KO Archer, fingers crossed. Maybe, depends on who wins that match. We'll go into that next week.
All right, so. Sheeta won a Fatal 4-Way match
against
Penelope Ford, Chris Statlander, and Britt Baker.
Yeah, she's really been killing it in these empty arena shows. If you want somebody that seems like a threat to Nyla Rose right now, Hikaru Shida is is probably the best choice, honestly, right now.
Right. And Matt Hardy and Kenny Omega had so much fun being a team. They did it again.
They did it again, and I really like their chemistry. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm ready for social distancing to end, and as you saw him being the elite, Hangman to quit living in the woods. But I'm ready for the team of Hangman and Kenny to come back. But I like Matt and Kenny together. They're great. They just and you can tell they really enjoy working with one another because they both really see wrestling as something bigger than just wrestling. So that's really cool.
Right. And they fought Santana and Ortiz, and this time they actually got the win.
Woohoo! Or as some would say, delightful.
Exactly.
But we are going to get to a very, very sad part of the show. Yeah, MJF dominated.
Had a match.
A local talent. Yeah, it was what it was.
That's right. And then challenged Marco Stunt because he's feeling brave.
Yeah. So I believe the next part is the match where I'm going to complain a little bit.
All right.
It is the
next one on my little list is Pineapple Pete versus Chris Jericho?
Yes. So we're here.
All right.
Now, Pineapple Beach, Sugar Dunkerton, Shug D, what have you. I remember watching him in Chikara. He's a good talent, and they've kind of been building this match. Now, I'm not here trying to be like certain other people me and Jedi know to think, oh well, why don't you just have him win? Oh, if you're bringing in some indie guy, just why not win? Oh, he didn't win. Well, that's stupid. Shug D, Pineapple Pete should not have won that match. But it was just a squash. He just crushed him. It was a and it's over. I literally got up to get a beer, and it was done. Now, I get that you gotta build your villains, and matches like that, they build villains. They got, they got some stuff on Jericho. Hey, that's great. I understand that, but what was the point of this? What came of this? Jericho did not need a victory in that manner. Jericho still could have got a clean win over Pineapple Pete after 5 minutes with a few minimal hope spots from Shug D, Pineapple Pete, and Pineapple Pete could have had a few moments, close 2 counts and hit a couple moves on Jericho before eventually he succumbs and submits to the Walls of Jericho or loses to the Code Breaker or the Judas Effect or anything. They could have had this thing go anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes, and both men could have came out there looking better than they did. Instead, Jericho didn't need that, and unless there's a story to go along with this, all this week of, granted, it was just, bullshit, but, the potential to really get more eyeballs on Pineapple Pete is gone. No one cares now. Am I confident enough in AEW, because they've always, when something's gone wrong, they've always ride the ship pretty well creatively. Is that still possible? Absolutely. But I feel like somebody didn't look at the big picture whenever they approved this. I don't know which person it was, but this was a miss, and a hard one, in my opinion.
Right. But let's talk about the real tragedy.
Yeah, I don't know. I know. I don't. You gotta take the lead on this one. I just can't do it.
So Vanguard 1 laid down a challenge on behalf of the Elite, and Jericho heartlessly murdered it. baseball bat.
Jericho, you bastard! You murdered Vanguard 1. First mention, now Vanguard
know
1. You asshole! You fucking asshole!
All I know is Jericho better watch his back because there's still Roman candles out there.
What if Vanguard?
He better watch out for Vanguard 1 Junior.
There's also the Lake of Reincarnation, but yes.
Skarsgård. Skarsgård.
So, yeah, so a challenge was laid down. And I don't know how this match is going to go.
Right?
Yes.
What is the Stadium Stampede match?
I don't even know what it is now. I'm guessing it's going to take place in the Jaguar Stadium of some kind.
Yeah, that would make sense, I suppose.
Yeah. So I don't know what it is. I'm interested, but I am confused. I am heartbroken, but I'm very interested to see what happens next. So
I'm a little worried for Sammy Guevara fighting Hardy next week. Hardy's going to be upset.
yes. Well, consider this your warning, Jericho, after what you did to Vanguard 1. Okay.
No, this was something I didn't even think about the fact that we needed, but Christopher Daniels fought Mr. Brody Lee.
That was a good match. That wasn't good.
Makes sense. Like, I kind of thought, oh yeah, how have we not done this yet? You know?
It makes sense. Well, it even makes sense from the story perspective. It's just kind of okay.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's like, oh yeah, he told Daniels, you know, when he first come in. I mean,
right.
And he backed it up too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, see, this was the right guy won, but they didn't just completely ruin somebody.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that. And again, I'm not saying Pineapple Pete's ruined. I'm just saying, like, did it have to go that short? Could there not have been a little offense on Pineapple Pete's part and think like, oh, he's House of Fire. Oh, he's got Jericho. Oh, 1, 2. Oh, kick out. Oh no. Then Pineapple Pete and Judas Effect. He's done.
Right.
Could they not have done that? Seriously. So, I believe.
Interesting because Moxley doesn't have any buddies, and Lee has a lot.
Yeah. And Brody Lee still carrying around his belt and having the ring announcer call him the self-proclaimed AEW champion. We'll see where it goes from there. But I believe the majority of these people in here want prizes. They want prizes. I mean that's what everybody tunes in for, right? So we have the two winners. We have Bob, who entered on Facebook, and we have Omar, who entered on Twitter. So both of them, they tied for first. So one person's going to get number 1, one person's going to get 2.
Gotcha.
And Marcel Rose, he got third, so he'll be getting a comic book out of this whole deal. So let's draw our winner. It feels a little less subjective now because Jedi's not here to do it, so...
Still the same hat with the same pieces of paper.
Yeah, so the winner is... And I know Bob won big before, so we'll see if we can get some new blood. And we will get new blood. Omar wins. Sorry, Bob, but you aren't leaving empty-handed.
Not at all.
I did communicate with him via direct message on the Twitter, as Chris Jericho would say, to get his shirt size. So we'll draw that. But first, let's get Mysel's comic book. Let's get the box of comics out. Let's see. Do it. Okay. Well, this is actually a pretty decent one. He gets a Secret Avengers #1. So, I'll be going to him for third prize. Cool. For Bob, who entered on Facebook, let's draw his comic and his action figure. He gets a Wonder Man #2. So that's cool. What's funny? What's funny about Wonder Man?
Oh, the kid on here saying he'll be like AJ Styles on Sunday, hands on the prize, and then fumbled and lost it.
Oh, we also have ROH handshake to Omar, yes. And Moxley and Darby Allin have a mutual respect conference. Okay, so cool. Yeah, before we forget, I'm glad you mentioned that. They're really teasing Taz and Darby doing something, whether they join up or start feuding. So, yeah.
Did you say Taz and Darby?
Taz, yes.
Okay, Taz. Oh, okay.
Taz,
Oh, that'd be
Taz. You know,
that'd be
Soup Bones, Ham Hocks Cole. That guy. All right. So Bob gets an action figure. Let's pull out the bag of figures here. And he wins an Undertaker figure to go with his Wonder Man #2. So,
1-on-1 with the Undertaker.
holla, holla, holla.
Okay.
Now the grand prize to Omar. Well, we'll just go ahead and draw his figure out as well. Get that done now. Chris Jericho. An old school Chris Jericho Titantron figure. So, the bastard that killed Vanguard 1 is going to Omar. And get that. And we'll draw his comic book. He wins a Sandman Universe Presents Hellblazer #1. This was actually one that I actually picked up and showed off on the Comic Shop Adventure, and it wasn't a bad book, just kind of wasn't my style, so maybe he'll appreciate it, and maybe it'll lead him to checking out more of this series once the comic shops open again.
Great.
And so we got that. So let's get the DVD. He wins a DVD.
DVD.
Yeah, most of these are from that unboxing video. And he wins Ring of Honor Fighting Spirit DVD. Matches on this DVD include main event is Takeshi Morishima versus Nigel McGuinness. We have Colt Cabana versus Doug Williams. Sarah Del Rey is wrestling Dirty Ernie Osiris on this one, so that'll be fun. Shingo versus Matt Cross. Claudio Castagnoli versus Rocky Romero. So, yeah, nice little 2007 Ring of Honor DVD. And he told me, he communicated on social media what his t-shirt size is. So let me just make sure I'm looking through the right bag here. Yes, am I? Everything is folded and I cannot find a tag. Yep, okay, we're in the right bag. We're in the right bag. And the t-shirt that he wins is... Oh, not... Oh, wrong bag. Wrong bag. That was the wrong bag. Ugh. Was the wrong bag, so if someone wants medium shirts, that won't go in the medium shirt. But he wins a Jimmy Havoc shirt. from Pro Wrestling Tees. So there you go. So congratulations to everybody who participated, but I don't know, Jedi. Should I reveal next week what the prize pack is, what extra stuff in the prize pack is, or should I give them a little taste this week to make them really want to enter the contest and know they want to enter the contest this week?
Well, the contest doesn't start till next week after our show, right?
Oh, I know, but I took a Randy Orton in the bag. I'm sorry, but Daniel says he took a Randy Orton in the bag, and he apologizes. Well, thank you. Thank you. No, it hasn't started yet, but since we're giving away a little more, and then you saw the grand prize. That's the normal grand prize. Should we give them a little hint of what, other than that stuff, we're going to be giving away? This is the.
Sure.
We are also giving away, since this was originally going to be for WrestleMania, we will be giving away, in addition to the random DVD and the t-shirt and the comic book and the figure, we'll be giving away a brand new copy of WrestleMania 35. So that will also be included in the prize pack, along with everything else, among others. This is just one extra, so yeah. But we're not done, but you got to tune in next week to see what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for bearing with us through the navigating this new technology. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, share, subscribe for more content. When things get back to normal, it'll not just be from the world of pro wrestling, but from the world of gaming, anime, comic books, and all things geek culture. Follow me on all my social media pages, facebook.com/athleticgeek89, Twitter @athletic_geek89, and Instagram @athleticgeek89. Jedi does not have social media, as you heard from the interruption. Do you think that man has some time for social media? Really? No. But if you have a question for him or you have a comment for him, hit me up. I'll forward the message and he'll get back to you. And definitely be on the lookout for my new podcast I've started here in the quarantine social distancing, the Geeking Out podcast. Right now what I record now is kind of low quality. We did it a couple weeks ago, and kind of having to space it out. But I'm really proud of what I was able to accomplish today. Be on the lookout for that in the upcoming weeks. But yeah, for Jedi Jason Kruger, I am the Athletic Geek. We are just two marks, and we're out. See you later.
Farewell, Internet.